Hello there guys, it's Joey and this is a requested set for the store. So this is the Magpie Shaman of the Wilds spell set. The request was for the combination of the following energies for Magpie, the Hermit, the Observer, the Wise and performing nature magic. And it took me a little while to get to this point with this particular set because originally the concept of Artist of the Woods was thrown around, and I actually had to say, is that the title of the set or can I change it? And I was allowed to change it, and it was just the thought process, and it kind of threw me for a little while because I think I was thinking of like an artist's palette where you've got many different colours, and it wasn't working for me, particularly given that we wanted magpie energies in there, and obviously magpies are mostly monochrome with their flashes of dark turquoisey greeny blues. And I kept coming up against this wall of it, and I was like, right, we're going to have to reconsider what you're thinking of as artist and put aside the basic, so the basic interpretation of something being an artist and the artist palette, and put that aside, and what to me is a true artist of the woods. And we got into the idea of a shaman who sees the way that the wilds are. The shaman combining in our set air and earth. He is the wanderer who explores the wilds as man and bird. He is an adventurer. He adventures within as well as without. He resonates to the harmonious frequency of the world around him. He acknowledges and hears the natural hum and song of nature and is one with this energy, with this song. He discovers the secrets of nature. He is wild, untamed and free. He is the shapeshifter. So this combined nature magic with the magpie. The magpie is a bird of air, generally speaking, and so with corvids there's this natural flow of energy of the shapeshifter, and magpie is no stranger to this energy, very much like the crow, but a little bit flashier than the crow, a little bit more in your face than the crow, a little bit more vocal than the crow perhaps. Some crows are very vocal, particularly around here when I have no camera or video on, but magpies are talkative. They create a lot of noise, and they can be downright hilarious or aggressive depending on their nature, and they're fearless. And I think this lends itself very well to the shaman, who is fearless in his pursuit of the truth, who connects to the nature and the spirits of nature and delves in deep and goes looking deeper within for the answers, and isn't afraid of the spirits of the dead or the energies of the land around him, even though they may be ferocious and old and deep and much stronger than his will perhaps, because he knows that ultimately he can rely on himself and brave the wilds. So let's have a look at the individual items. We'll start with the oil, I think. I'm going to move the spell orb because this reflectiveness in here is still driving me crazy. Okay, I love how the pillar came out. I'm going to show you some bits of the pillar which are mind-boggling in a way. Okay. So this is the spell oil. And this is a combination of the wilds and the energy of the magpie reflecting through. And then we have the pillar. Okay. I hope it's less glary when it actually renders. So we've got like a mystical portal going on here. It's lovely. You've got almost this swirl. It almost looks like a moon face. You see there, and there's the moon, and then there's the face. And it's really, really interesting to me. It's very much meant to be the sheen on the magpie's tail. And interestingly enough, let's see if I can find it, because you can see as well all these little bits of colour that have moved into the wax and give it this wonderful forest feel. But the thing that really, really struck me is, hopefully you can see, a little bit of it went all the way down here in one stripe, and you have just like a magpie stripe of his tail all the way down there. I was like, oh my goodness. The rest of the pillar is a very, very dark green. Hopefully you can see how the dark of the green. And that's for the nature side. So it's sort of the shaman in nature, the magpie in nature, and the combination of the two. Right, and last but not least, la pièce de résistance, as far as I'm concerned, I love this, is the orb. Right, so let's zoom out. Oh no, that out first. So we have the deep green shimmy shimmy ribbon, the wilds, the nature, the earth magic. We have one of the corvid skull charms for obvious reasons. Shaman often traverse and work with bones and things. And given who it's for, you have a magpie feather. This is a very limited thing, and these are my magpie feathers, and won't be remaking too many of them. But given who it's for, I wanted you to have something special. And then hopefully you can see on the inside without too much glare. It is really glary in here. Okay. I'll get some better pictures when we get the camera out. Ooh. So that is the Magpie Shaman of the Wild spell set. I hope you like it, and many blessings.